iconic UW Fieldhouse in Madison, Wisconsin. Welcome to the best day in sports. It's the first round of the NCAA Women's Volleyball Tournament as the North Carolina Tar Heels are set to take on the UTEP Miners. I'm Vince Hesprick with my friend RJ Carroll. Rachel Cohen will be working courtside. Now, RJ, let's talk Tar Heels. They have a ton of talented attackers, but Sophie Hampton has really stood out.
Yeah, you mentioned Vince. They got a ton of talent on their team. 4 players with over 230 kills, but Sophie Hampton leads the bunch. First team All-ACC, leads the team with 377 kills and 3.52 kills per set. Also second on the team in digs with 219. She has a lot to offer here today. On the other side of things, Torrance Lovesey for the Miners, dealing with a high ankle sprain that I bet we'll get into more during the broadcast. Suffered that after their conference tournament loss, but she's had to carry a large load for the Miners with all the injuries they're dealing with. And she passed 1,000 career kills this year, as well, becoming the 14th Miner ever to do that. She's had a historic career already, trying to add on to that here tonight.
Yeah, you said it, RJ, such an important part of this offense, and she really is a warrior for battling through it. Obviously something to keep an eye on. Let's look at our starting lineups now. Who do you have your eye on for both teams?
Yeah, kind of. We'll start with North Carolina. I got my eye on Zoe Barron, partly because the one Wisconsin native here in this game today, the Whitefish Bay native, but also an important piece to this Tar Heel team. Leads the team in assists. She's a junior. She's started every match since her freshman year. We'll look to show out in front of what we would expect, a large crowd from her and her family, as well as a lot of Tar Heel faithful here tonight. And then for the Miners, going to look at Hannah Crow. She's had to take over for Kaya Weaver, who's the preseason Conference USA Player of the Year, and she's filled in nicely. Obviously, talked to the UTEP Miners head coach about it as well, and just told her to be yourself. Don't try to be Kaya, just be yourself, and she's done a great job filling that role the back half of the year.
Yeah, we'll talk about Ben Wallace, head coach of the UTEP Miners, later on in this broadcast, but he really has weathered the storm. He has lived in the storm this whole year. Earned Conference Coach of the Year and absolutely earned it. What's just so much fun about this time of year is all these teams have different goals, all enter with their own situations, but they all have the same goal: survive and advance. 2 teams enter. Which one will play tomorrow? Zoe Barrett gets the serve away, and the Miners will get to work. And already a free ball for the Tar Heels. There's the setup. Big swing, and North Carolina's on the board. Jackie Taylor, the middle blocker, does the deed.
Jackie Taylor right there, as you mentioned, the middle blocker, leads the team in blocks, but also 5th in kills, and starts it off strong for the Tar Heels.
Now it's UTEP's turn to attack. Back and forth we go. And what's so fun about these 2 teams in particular, RJ, is how similar they are in skill set.
Similar as well. You mentioned we got the power early from both these squads, but also each of these teams top 3 in their respective conferences in blocks as well. Take a lot of pride in what they can do at the net.
Serve away, it is long. North Carolina back at you.
Pustahia there with the error. She 35 aces on the season, but also a lot of errors to go with it. She goes for broke a lot of the time. Misses on her first.
Katie Pierce the serve, it's perfect! And now she'll go right back to work at the service line. Another good one. UTEP, an in-system swing, but it's long.
Yeah, I love to see there with the air, especially early on in this contest. Every time she goes up for a ball, we don't want to see how limited her movement is. Looked fine there, just hit that a little behind her and caused it to sail long.
Yeah, you could tell it was a late swing, maybe expecting to jump a little bit higher. She'll get another chance as a service error. Now back to back as UTEP gets back in it.
Yeah, a couple of service errors, one on each side now, and you expect there to be nerves, obviously. NCAA tournament games, both these teams in it for consecutive seasons, though. But the biggest stage in college volleyball.
Fokita the serve. There is Hampton, and it is long, and it's a 1-point game early on in the first.
Yes, so both the players mentioned in the open, Hampton and Lovesey, missing their first attacks.
That's another thing that just makes this time of year so much fun. Tournament season, it's an ace for UTEP. As that when it comes to the entire season, you're going to rely on your stars, but when it comes to one individual game, RJ, anyone can take over.
Anyone can take over, and an ace there from Sakita, Her 19th on the season.
Fuka Sakita from Hyogo, Japan. Another terrific serve kept alive by Hampton. Hit off the scoreboard. Now a free ball for UTEP. Bollinger the tap. Recycled by the Miners. Back row attack. Gets blocked.
Looked like Jackie Taylor on that block right there. Combined as well with Hampton. In this Tar Heel block. Third in the ACC in total blocks and blocks per set.
Now Taylor just earned the block. A trip to the service line. The set by Barrett. Now North Carolina back to work. Sprayed into the bench. Kohler gets there. Another free ball. From the far side, Hampton again.
Sophia Hampton finally gets on the board there. Her first kill splits the UTEP back row. Perfectly placed.
3 of the 6 swings so far. That serve off the top of the tape. Another back row try. This one from Pastaya. Chelsea Thorpe had some room to work with, but just a tick out of bounds.
Yeah, it looked like she almost placed that perfectly right on that line for a second. We'll get a second look at it here, but yeah, just a little wide to the right, but swing on it. Timed it up real well, just off the mark.
Now it's Maddie Grant. Backup setter just to serve away, and it's another ace. 3 aces already in set number 1. We are tied up at 6.
Yeah, her 25th ace on the season. We've seen 2 aces now from the Miners. Sakita kind of put a lob ball in, and Maddie Gant had some pop on hers.
Oh, another good serve. It's back-to-back aces for Gant.
These 3 points are the little things, especially in these NCAA tournament games, that can make the difference. Service aces and airs.
Gant, the senior from Aledo, Texas. Will she go for 3? Oh, Chelsea Thorpe in rhythm, and what an answer.
Yeah, you expected they were going to go back to her pretty soon after the one she just missed on the right side. She's timed up both her attacks perfectly, just put that one in the field of play this time.
Sienna Kaza with the serve. It's the freshman. Oh, a terrific set, and UTEP cashes in. Landry Brazil, the one who earns the kill.
Looked like it was Hannah Crow coming in. Didn't get all of it there. Looked like she hit it with the side of her palm, but as long as it drops in.
And Crow's a middle blocker, but she's going to be playing the pin if needed. Hit goes long, UTEP. After really getting ambushed by the Tar Heels out the gate, they've responded well, RJ.
Yes, and you mentioned Hannah Crow playing the pin. Danica Washington might have to play the pin as well as Lovesey, not on the floor right now.
Metter, gets an ace the hard way. 6 total aces in set 1. This has been a blast.
These quick points are big, and as you mentioned, Vince, after a slow start, UTEP really putting it on.
High set, big swing. North Carolina gets it over, but it is long. And UTEP in rhythm. And North Carolina needs a timeout. Back in Madtown and back with another ace. Vince Heswick with RJ Carroll here. And RJ, we were going to talk about service E coming back, and right on cue, it's the 7th of set 1.
Yeah, it's been crazy so far, the amount of aces, especially on the UTEP side of things. That last ace seemed like it was sailing long, but still got touched by Pierce in the back row.
There's the swing off the block. Tar Heels gather. Hampton has to reach back. Sarah Pustaya gets the kill, and UTEP has answered back strong.
Yeah, North Carolina head coach Mike Shull said on our call with him that one of the keys to this match for them is high effort, high energy style, and right now it seems like the Miners have the upper hand in both those departments.
It's a 6-0 run from UTEP, but North Carolina with the response. They go to their star, Sophie Hampton.
Yeah, when in doubt, go to Sophie Hampton. She's been that player all year for the Tar Heels and is able to fit it through that block from the Miners. Hannah Crow almost had that one.
Hampton to the service line. It's a good one. Another attack from the middle blocker. North Carolina wanted it, but the officials rule in favor of UTEP, and the run just keeps on going for the Miners.
Yeah, UTEP will see here maybe a tip or a net violation. Now up 14-8.
Hannah Crow on the serve. Pierce the swing. She catches the back line.
Not the cleanest swing from Pierce there, but at this point for North Carolina, they'll take him however they can get him in. At the end of the day, she placed that perfectly on that back line.
Maddie May, the libero, with the serve. Up to the near side. It will be off the block, out of bounds. Sarah Pustaya again on the kill.
Yes, Sarah Pustaya behind Lovesey, second on the team in kills, and depending on Lovesey's availability, Pustaya might have to play a big, big role here tonight.
And pardon me, the point will go to the Tar Heels. Pustaya another chance. May handles it well, a big swing and a big time kill. Lainey Smith cashes in.
Yeah, the sophomore from Durham, North Carolina. Three-time All-State in volleyball. Also played basketball in high school. You can tell with that height. Didn't have to jump very high to get good power on that kill.
UTEP with a good chance in system, but it's tapped over the top. Now the Tar Heels reload. Pierce again.
And here come the Tar Heels. Right back, only down 2 now, 14-12, and this is what you expect, especially in these regional matchups with the two seeds who aren't part of the host.
It's a game of runs, and so far this one has been exactly that. A 4-0 run for North Carolina on the heels of the 6-0 UTEP run. Oh, what a dig from May. And Pustaya not able to cap it off. And a timeout from the other end.
20-plus win season this year, and he was at Penn State for 12 years under Russ Rose, and he knows how to develop players, and you can imagine this North Carolina team will just continue to get better and better in the years to come.
Maddie May almost got an ace. Instead catches UTEP out of system. Lainey Smith again.
Yeah, you can kind of tell early whether it's Lainey Smith, Hampton, or Jackie Taylor, Chelsea Thorpe. This Tar Heel team's got a lot of power to them up front.
Pierce with a push over the top. Set by Sakita, soaring in and a block. Now UTEP tries the other side.
Big kill there from Brazil. Battling through that block of Pearson Taylor. Puts the Miners back on top.
So fascinating, RJ, is that only one block so far in this contest from the block is the strength of both of these teams. It's been an unusual set one to say the least. Pierce, an error into the net.
Fourth attacking error now for the Tar Heels. Fourth side for both as the Miners trying to go on another run of their own.
Kalia Kohler with the serve. Sarah Pustaya again. We know that she is going to carry the load for this offense. Her and Lovesey just one attempt apart. 7:04 and 7:03 on the year, but with Lovesey hampered, you know who's going to be running the show for the Miners.
Yeah, that was already the 10th attempt of the match so far for Pustahia, kind of getting an idea of how big of a role she'll play.
Yeah, Lovesey not on the floor right now for UTEP. But Mayhem tries to set, and that's not quite her skill set. North Carolina back down to 2.
Yeah, they got out of system there, right, was the Miners, and paid the price. UNC back on the board, snaps the Miners 3-0 scoring run.
Zoe Barron from Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin. What is that, about an 2-hour drive from here?
I think it's around Milwaukee, because she played club volleyball for the Milwaukee Sting.
Got a very strong ovation when she entered today.
You would know better than me, Vince.
Oh, a net violation will go on North Carolina. And we know about the battle of first to 20. UTEP is looming. North Carolina, though, give them credit. They did a nice job sticking around after that initial surge from the Miners.
Yeah, and they knotted it back up at 14s. UTEP has been full steam ahead since then.
So Barrett to set. Pierce just a little long.
And we mentioned it with Mike Schall's timeout, Vince, but Ben Wallace did a great job with the timing of his timeout as well, as UTEP back up by 4.
Well, North Carolina will use their timeout, and yeah, it's like you said, it's the coaching battle is going to be so much fun. And part of what makes this between Ben Wallace and Mike Schall in particular is that, you know, we talk with the coaches independently and both on their own, it's just saying praises to the other coaches. A lot of mutual respect between there, but something that Coach Schall talked with us with how talented this UTEP Miners offense is. You can see the stats right there. I mean, that hit percentage differential, it really sticks out.
Yeah, it does in a big way. And yeah, we mentioned how good UTEP has been with hitting percentage, hitting over 300 on the season, which is super impressive. We mentioned Kaya Weaver, who they're missing, preseason All-Conference USA player, but also Emma Yuskovic, who was a 2024 first-team All-Conference USA. So they've been battling injuries all year and still impressive in the stat sheet.
And you alluded to the block department. North Carolina averages 3 per set. They've got 2 right now, and that really is their area of strength on their defense.
Yeah, and they're led by Jackie Taylor, but they have 3 players with over 100 blocks on the season, and it's been their strength for sure. It's been their strength throughout the regular season so far, and they're yet to use that to their advantage here tonight. Let's see if they start to lean on that more going forward. Would be surprised if they don't.
Both teams with 8 kills, 5 errors. The difference has been service aces. 5 for UTEP, 1 for North Carolina.
Yeah, and coming into the match, 137 aces on the season for the Tar Heels, second to last in the ACC, so not known for their ability to get free points. On the other side, 176 aces coming in for the Miners.
Stahia with the serve. Corralled by Barrett. The swing from Thorpe. A swing from the middle. North Carolina, compliments of Jackie Taylor, getting right back to work. Again, they've cut it to 3, but crucial points obviously coming up.
Second kill for Jackie Taylor, and kind of Mike Schall mentioned their balanced offense. Of course, they're led by Hampton, but looking in the stats right now, they have 4 players on their team right now with 2 kills.
Bollinger the serve, received by Fakita. And UTEP again just pounding that one straight at Maddie May. Just such a tough ass for a libero with the block not fully there.
Yeah, and Maddie May knew exactly what Danica Washington was going to do with it, but just couldn't handle the power.
Well, North Carolina looking for a momentum flip. They have a chance now with a Sakita service error. With a nice feed from Kohler, and a net violation will go on UTEP.
Yeah, and good to see Lovesey back on the floor there. Not a great set to her, led to that net violation. But good to see there the Miners leader back in her spot.
Sophie Hampton keeps it going, her third kill of the set.
Yeah, right on that left side as well. Going to work, her third kill, as you mentioned, Vincent. Some of these sets, I'm going to keep an eye on them, have not been the best for the Miners, getting them out of sorts on the offensive end.
Taylor the serve, Kohler the set, the swing from the middle, and UTEP with the answer.
Making me eat my words a little bit right there, as that was set perfectly for Hannah Crow, the middle blocker, her third kill on the match, or sorry, second kill.
We knew that Crow was going to have a larger offensive role with the injuries. She has done her job so far. Thorpe with a big swing, and it is down to one.
Chelsea Thorpe bringing the energy after that kill as well, trying to fire up her teammates in what is always a big first set in college volleyball, but even more so now in the NCAA tournament with how equal these teams seem to be as well.
In the bottom of your screen, there are a ton of Tar Heel fans in attendance. A lot of UTEP fans as well. Two very passionate fan bases. A chance to watch the biggest game of the year for both teams. Hampton feeds it over, the near side swing. Stackia, the bump, it's blocked. Return to sender, Shutter and Smith teaming up, and we are tied.
And that's what they've been leaning on all season. You mentioned Shutter and Smith, with mainly Shutter there, it seemed like, for the most part. But using that potent block to tie things up at 21, and it's anybody's set.
Kaza with the serve, it is long, and UTEP needed it and got it.
Those free points are killer, but especially now this late in the set.
And here comes the serve specialist, Ella Metter. Handled cleanly by the Tar Heels. Smith is blocked. Recycled by the Tar Heels. Smith another try, and that one sneaks home.
I mentioned a couple times the power that this Tar Heel lineup brings at the net with Smith, Thorpe, Hampton, but Smith right there changing things up and touching that beautifully right in the middle of the Miner defense.
Sophie Hampton at the service line. Received by Metter. Pierce another swing. Did she catch the net? She did. And UTEP one away from being one away.
Yeah, one away from being one away, 23-22. But a few of those net violations now on both sides, and
nice serve from Kohler. Smith with the swing. Now tapped over the top by Brazil. Kaza slides in, and the point plays on. Tar Heels tie it with the block. Their fourth of the set.
It looked like early in that point that the Miners had a block, but it was nicely saved by Lady Smith. Put it back over and then right back at them. The Tar Heels with a block of their own to tie things up at 23. Back and forth we go in Madison.
Maddie May, terrific at the service line. UTEP is on it. Pastaya pushes it behind, and the Tar Heels reach 24 first. UTEP needs a timeout.
Yeah, one of the easier blocks so that the Tar Heels will get, as I mentioned a couple of times, these sets haven't been perfect, and right there, that was behind Pustahia. She didn't have much of a chance.
And to give you a recap, set number one, it really has been back and forth. It's been a blast. The Tar Heels went to a 4-1 lead, but a massive run from UTEP had it at 14-8 with them in the lead. But of course, North Carolina had an answer of their own. It was 21-20, and now North Carolina takes their first lead of the set since that early run.
Yeah, and we'll talk about it a little bit more, but this North Carolina team, as expected, a little more battle-tested so far in this season, being in the ACC conference, one of the more prominent conferences in college volleyball. You have Louisville, Stanford, SMU, Pitt. And on the other side of things with UTEP, only played 3 power conference schools all year, and they've been 1-2 in those matchups, losing to SMU and UCLA and beating Arizona. So obviously it's anyone's match here in the NCAA tournament, but sometimes that comes into effect, just the amount of battle tested you've been against quality opponents.
Now UTEP, the 6th seed coming into this tournament. 3 total conference losses over the past 2 years. They have dominated. But you said it, when you're now at the field house, December has arrived. These really are the most crucial points of the season.
Yeah, and they mentioned obviously both these teams in the NCAA tournament for consecutive seasons, and Coach Ben Wallace said last year might have been kind of a validation moment for them, but this year it's a business trip. It's not just excitement. They've been here before. They know what it's all about.
Maddie May serving to give Tar Heels set number 1. The swing to tie it. Tar Heels another try, and we are tied at 24. Ben Wallace with the timeout for UTEP. What he drew up worked.
Good initial dig there from Kaza, but Danica Washington with another attempt, and she does no wrong.
Kalia Kohler now to the service line. 4 aces in her first game this year. Another swing by Pierce, handled well by Sakita. Now Pustalia. Set by Kaza, the back row attack. Another try for the Tar Heels. It's long. Lavina Agunta Mayhem on the defensive end keeps the point going.
Yeah, Agunta Mayhem and Sakita as well with a great dig off the attack from Pierce, and eventually the miss from Jackie Taylor.
It was set point for the Tar Heels, now set point for UTEP. For set 1, we play on. The free ball for UTEP. Sakita with the set. Pustalia gets it, and set 1 belongs to UTEP. Back in Matttown, Vince Hesbrick with RJ Carroll. Set 2 coming up, but first to talk about a little bit of the adversity UTEP has faced. Here's Rachel Cohen. Rachel?
Yeah, guys, UTEP has faced a lot of injuries this season. They lost Emma Juskokovic earlier on in the season, and then they lost their star middle blocker, Kaya Weaver, in the middle of the season to a lower body injury. And today, they weren't sure if they were going to get their kills leader, Torrance Lovesey, into the match. She suffered a high ankle sprain earlier on in the season, and today they weren't sure it was going to be a game-tight decision. Head coach Ben Wallace told me that this morning she was moving kind of gingerly during warm-ups, but that being said, she did start the game and they were going to kind of see, but when she was out, she was off to the side doing some ankle stretches using an IT van. Teammate Kaya Weaver went over, was chatting with her, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot more of Landry Brazil in for her. Guys?
Thank you so much, Rachel. You can see Torrance Lovesey on your screen right now. She has 5 swings, 2 errors, no kills so far. But out there for set number 2, it's got to be tough, RJ, when you're playing with an injury. Just getting back in that mental state of jumping at that normal way and trusting your way.
Yeah, and a high ankle sprain, which is what she has, is one of the tougher injuries, especially in a sport like volleyball where you're moving around laterally all the time, jumping up, and especially where she plays right up at the net.
Yeah, that
can be tough to deal with.
Yeah, biggest game of the year. We knew that she was probably going to give it a go. One of the grittiest players in the nation. Early point for North Carolina in set number 2. And RJ, just to recap that first set, just some of these stats are so bizarre. North Carolina hit 125, UTEP 071. They took it despite losing the block battle 5-0 as well, but it really was those aces that they got early on that seemed to be the winner. They got the points when it counted. But now it's North Carolina again early on in the set doing some damage.
Yeah, a little bit of an opposite of how the first set started with UTEP getting out to an early lead. Now North Carolina trying to set the tone here in this second set.
Jackie Taylor, another strong serve. And Sakita tried to get it over, but not quite.
Quickly, obviously this Tar Heel team won't be fazed by going to set down. They've been in battles all season long in ACC conference play.
Another serve for Jackie Taylor. Kohler the set. The swing from Pustaya.
Just how she ended the first set. Pustaya gets the first point of the second set for the Miners. Her 5th kill of the night.
5 errors to her ledger as well on 17 swings. 3 digs to go alongside. Kohler on the serve. Oh, the setter dump. But a terrific response from North Carolina. They were on it.
Zoe Barron there. What a dig. And we'll see it on replay. Just gets down just enough to scoop it back over the net. And I think just might have caught UTEP a little bit off guard.
Now the freshman Kaza at the service line. Hammered hard by Torrance Lovesey, and that's got to feel good. You can see the jubilation to her name.
Yeah, kind of a maybe like a monkey off the back moment for her in this match as she finally gets her first kill of the game.
Sakita the serve. Tar Heels with a quick response, and they've got it. Sophie Hampton again, her 4th kill of the game.
Yeah, and if you're a Tar Heel fan, you're going to want to see a lot more of that here going forward. Hampton, beautifully placed, knocks over Maddie Gann, who was trying to stretch out for the dig.
Hampton 4 kills, 2 errors on 13 swings, good for 154. The back row attack from UTEP. Little bit long, and North Carolina continues their assault.
Yeah, and that's now going to bring it the UTEP hitting percentage down to, was that .087 before that swing, now down to .065, and for a team that's hitting over 300, very surprising.
Kohler the set, recycled by the Miners. Oh, Gunta Mayhem just got stuffed. Bridget Malone on the job for the Tar Heels.
It's another 6th block on the match for the Tar Heels to 0 for the Miners. They're really taking control at the net.
And that's rare to see Lavuna Gunta Mayhem when she gets it in system. She is one of the more devastating attackers on a really deep team. She gets another look, but could not catch tips.
She was looking for a touch there, but none doing, and now Ben Wallace is going to call a timeout and try to regroup his bunch.
Yeah, pat on the shoulder there too. Gunta Mayhem. Now it's the Tar Heels again under attack. Big timeout. We'll see how UTEP can respond. 1-0, UTEP in the lead. Tar Heels lead 8-2 in set number 2 of the first round of the NCAA women's volleyball tournament here in Madison, Wisconsin. Sophie Hampton with the nice serve. Ooh, and it's set. Just UTEP. It seems like RJ, after that set 1 victory, they just look a little bit out of sorts.
Yeah, out of sorts they do, Vince, and not a great serve receive either there. And this set is quickly getting away from them.
3 kills on 4 swings for North Carolina. UTEP 2 kills, 4 errors. The Tar Heels continue the attack. Lauren Shutter in system.
Yeah, Lauren Shutter finished it off, but another poor serve receive from the Miners led to that opportunity for the Tar Heels and a 5-0 scoring run.
Kohler the set. Swing for the middle is blocked. Now Kohler will try to a Gunta Mayhem. She's got it.
Gunta Mayhem finally gets the Miners back on the board, but it just seems like these Tar Heel blockers are starting to time up their jumps a little better, which could be a scary thing going forward. They're already up to 6 blocks, and it seems like they're just settling in.
Still no blocks in the contest for UTEP. 6 for North Carolina. Made the nice set. And UTEP has to hand it over to the Tar Heels. The Tar Heel faithful are getting loud at the field house. Bridget Malone continues the run.
The freshman from Highlands Ranch, Colorado, doesn't look phased at all in her first postseason match.
UTEP with the response, needed it and got it. Torrance Lovesey again, her second kill of the set.
Yeah, she's subbing out now, but seems like she might be starting to find her rhythm a little bit. Placed that beautifully.
And Rachel Cohen just talked about all the stuff that this team has had to overcome, and to get this injury just out of nowhere right before your biggest game. But UTEP, they've just been so used to responding to these kind of situations all year. In the present, though, North Carolina continuing their onslaught.
Yeah, you mentioned because Lovesey, all season long, she's played every set and every match, and this happened right after their conference tournament loss in practice, so hasn't missed any time due to the injury, but it's definitely hampering her ability here tonight.
Oh, what a serve by Zoe Barrett. UTEP had the first 5 aces. North Carolina now with 4 of their own.
Her 21st ace on the season. Good for the one over.
Gentle swing is blocked. UTEP reloads. Off the block, out of bounds, point Miners.
Again, though, Bridget Malone and Jackie Taylor timing up that block well, and Mackenzie Davis or Brazo a little bit lucky to get away with that one.
And a Crow to the service line, into the net. UTEP already used one of their timeouts. Now out of the timeout, North Carolina did. It felt like RJ, they recaptured some momentum at the end of set number 1 despite coming up short.
Yeah, they did, and they fought back to even make that a close first set, and they've really took that and kept running here in the second as they're now up by double digits.
They'll stay at 9 for now. But this Tar Heel block, wow, just a solo job from Hampton. Julia Bollinger, sophomore defensive specialist.
Yeah, really with how banged up these Miners attackers are, if the Tar Heels can continue to enforce their will at the net, that could be their main key to victory here tonight, even though they are down a set.
For the nice serve. Barron sets it up. Now it's May turn for the bump set. This is Thorpe. Chelsea Thorpe makes it a double-digit lead for the Tar Heels.
Yeah, and Chelsea Thorpe transferred from Ohio State in 2023, so she has some experience playing here in the field house. Knows what a Big Ten environment's like and has come to play here.
Back row attack again, no tips. UTEP looks like they want a challenge, won't get one.
At this point, 17-6. Obviously, you still want the set if you're the Miners, but you want to build some momentum at least for that third set as well.
Kohler prevents the overpass and a net violation on North Carolina. Lauren Shutter knew it immediately. Almost like that net was electrified there. A little touch in, ooh, whoops.
Yeah, and you mentioned it. Good job by Katie Kohler. They're coming in just in time before that overpass, setting it up nicely for Danica Washington.
And Kustia the serve. And well by Smith. And Sophie Hampton a little strong.
Looked good almost the whole way there from Sophie Hampton, just a bit too much on it. But a nice set from Zoe Barron. Tar Heels definitely more in rhythm in this second set on the offensive end.
Kustia with a nice serve. Barron with a terrific set and placed perfectly by Sophie Hampton again.
Yeah, she's not going to miss a perfect set twice in a row as Sophie Hampton, and splits that block and placed it down beautifully to put the Tar Heels right back up by 10.
Lainey Smith has been the go-to offensive player, the more efficient, 5 kills and 11 swings, but Hampton now up to 5 kills of her own. Oh, and the response from UTEP, Danica Washington, who is one of the favorites for head coach Ben Wallace. He's had nothing but praises for her and the way that she has filled in the wake of so many injuries. She's a terrific, versatile player who UTEP is going to need if they want to maybe try and find a way to get back in this set. Oh, it's kicked over the top. Sophie Hampton, a slick move. And it's blocked. Hampton, the kick on one end, the block on the other. What a sequence.
I guess Sophie Hampton can do it all, Vince. The slick footwork to get it back over the net, and then, as it seems like they've done all set, this Tar Heel block coming up big time.
Now Coach Wallace giving a few instructions to his squad. It is quite the deficit to overcome, but as you said, RJ, every point just so precious, setting yourself up going forward. It seemed like that North Carolina block caught a little bit off guard there.
Yeah, off guard they did. They weren't expecting that ball to go over immediately there. They were probably expecting a set from Kohler, and a slick move there from the 5'7" junior.
Maddie Gant now with the serve. May handles it well. Sakita will set it up, and the close swing is long.
And a good eye there from Kaza. Those balls aren't easy to tell if they're going in or out, especially when they got that spin on it. She did a nice job to let that one fly.
North Carolina hitting .538 in set number 2, and it's another block to their ledger. Their 9th of the match, their 4th of set number 2.
And the 5th for Jackie Taylor herself. They're putting it on the Miners.
Tough tap over the top. Regathered by North Carolina. Ooh, the set a little out of sorts with the Tar Heels. Just can do no wrong right now.
This set obviously 22-10, out of reach, but if you're the Miners, maybe try to find some holes in this Tar Heel defense to attack in the 3rd set. There haven't been many so far.
Back row attack, it's a good one. Sarah Pustaya gonna need that offensive production in set number 3.
And Sophie Hampton, obviously a great player, first team All-ACC, but the few times they've attacked her off the serve and as well on the attack, she's had trouble at times.
Metter subbed in, back to the service line. Oh, and somehow North Carolina manages an in-system swing. Pustaya, swing of her own. This is Malone, got it.
Bridget Malone up to 3 kills in her first ever NCAA tournament match, and beautiful cross-court swing.
And you know that obviously these two teams focus on the present right now, but for Bridget Malone to provide this kind of production as a freshman, you got to think that Mike Shaw is chomping at the bit to see how she develops going forward.
Yeah, 71 kills on the season. She had 255. Did have a season-high 12 against Notre Dame, so she can hit high numbers. There's just so much talent on this Tar Heel team to go around.
Maddie May sets it up. Thorpe, a mammoth of a swing, careens all the way back over the top of the net and out of bounds. It is set point for North Carolina, trying to put the finishing touches on what has been a dominant response.
Yeah, almost an impossible swing to stop there from Thorpe. Just the amount of power she has on that attack.
Pustaya is blocked. How fitting. Taylor, Thorpe, 10th block for the Tar Heels.
Yeah, it felt only right that the Tar Heels ended this dominant set with a block, and Chelsea Thorpe, the main culprit of it, as she has come to play here tonight, as We're now in a best of 3. It's anyone's match.
UTEP takes set 1. North Carolina clawed their way back, and then to say that they let it continue over to set number 2 is an understatement. Head to intermission, back in a bit on ESPN+. Welcome back to the Fieldhouse in Madison, Wisconsin. The UTEP Miners took set number 1, 26-24. North Carolina took set 2, 25-11. As we'll take a peek at the bracket. And RJ, a lot of action going on tomorrow on the bottom side. But this has been a fun one so far. Going to see how this one shakes out. That said, as soon as this one is done, we'll go to Wisconsin versus Eastern Illinois. And that's going to be such a blast to watch.
Yeah, always fun doing a Wisconsin game, but Eastern Illinois as well. First season with head coach Ryan Millar, 24-7. They got a good thing going over there, so it will be fun to see both those teams play. But yeah, this whole kind of quarter of the draw with Wisconsin, Stanford, you got Texas in here as well. It's a really fascinating quarter.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Just such a fun time of year with all the brackets going around. You can fill them out on ESPN.com. And now we will take it over to Rachel Cohen to talk with the UNC head coach Mike Shaw. Rachel, what you got for us?
Thanks, Coach. You know, you said you wanted to be relentless on defense. In that second set, you only held them to 11 points. What was the difference between set 1 and 2?
Our first contact. You know, serve receive was so much better in the second set. They put a lot of pressure on us in the first set. I don't remember the last time we got ace 5 times, but they did a great job putting us in tough positions offensively. But I like how we responded in the second set, and we're ready to get after it.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Just such a blast talking with Coach Mike Shaw. It was so fun, RJ, how we were in the call with him. He had to get off the bus, and he was like, oh, sorry, guys. He was really hustling down, just apologizing to us. And it's like, shoot, I feel like I should be apologizing to you. You're taking your time talking to us, and I'm inconveniencing you. But you can tell these coaches, I mean, they just know that connecting with people is such an important part of what they do, and the kindness that they have shown to us and our crew, all 4 teams that will be playing here today. We appreciate it very much. It's such a blast to be here, but got the coaches on our sides as well. It really is so much fun.
Yeah, and he was straight up too. I thought it was funny when he was talking about Selection Sundays. Like, I didn't sleep much, I didn't eat much. He wasn't that. He didn't know what was going to happen to the Tar Heels, but obviously they're in and they're here for a reason. And a big reason why is because of their block, and it really showed out in the second set.
And Chelsea Thorpe in particular has just been dominant. 9 total swings, 5 kills, just the 1 error, also a block to her name. Just the Tar Heels hit over 500 in set number 2, and for this entire team to just respond like they did after falling into that deficit in set 1. You wonder if they came so close to taking set 1, then losing it at the end after having set point. You wonder just how they would go into set number 2, but they picked up right where they left off with that momentum at the end of set 1 despite the loss. As set number 2 is underway. Or set number 3, pardon, we are tied at 1 apiece. Oh, a big-time swing from Sophie Hampton, but a terrific dig from UTEP. Now from the middle, Sakita gobbling up these swings. And this time, 3rd time is the charm for Sophie Hampton.
Yeah, why not Sophie Hampton to start off this 3rd set? The leader of the Tar Heels coming in with the first points of this 3rd set, and it'll be interesting to see how UTEP comes out here in this 3rd set as well. As we kind of noticed in the break, normally the teams will go to the locker room in the middle of the 2nd and 3rd sets. Coach Ben Wallace kept his team on the benches.
Yeah, I guess he had a lot to say to his team, but still seemed positive overall. That said, North Carolina out to an early 2-0 lead in set 3.
And all courtesy of Sophie Hampton. And you mentioned a little bit early on, there can be some unsung heroes in these postseason games in the NCAA tournament, but when you have players like Sophie Hampton on your team, why not just use her as much as possible?
Yeah, anyone can have an impact, but the stars are always going to be the point of focus, and Hampton has delivered in sets 2 and 3, but a slick response from UTEP.
Yeah, Pustahia there. She ended off the first set with a kill of her own, getting back on track there for the first points of the set for the Miners.
She has a 1/3 of the total swings for UTEP, has 7 kills, 7 errors on the 24 swings. Of course, Torrance Lovesey injured, as we talked about before. Now Pustahia, the go-to offensive player. Angie Brazil doing her job as well, but what a point from Fuka Sakita. The libero was all over the place.
She's been all over the place, almost tripped up her own teammate looking back at the replay, but a good job getting it to Brazil, and she was a little off balance on that attack, but did enough to draw the tip.
I know it's basketball season as well, almost a contested set there. Oh, North Carolina, Jackie Taylor.
Beautiful set there from Barron, and Jackie Taylor could do no wrong.
UTEP has 69 solo blocks on the year, twice as many as North Carolina, but few in the nation that can stop when one block is up and Taylor's on the swing. Thorpe somehow keeps it in bounds, but not quite enough. That may have caught the antenna.
Yeah, I think it did catch the antenna, but a good effort there from Chelsea Thorpe, just keeping it alive. And the first set, the Miners started off with the run. The second set, the Tar Heels started off with a run. Now kind of both teams going back and forth to start this third set.
Thorpe again.
Seems like there's been a lot of players on this Tar Heel team who have provided a spark so far, but the energy that Chelsea Thorpe brings to this squad seems to be contagious. She's always jumping around.
Yeah, you can tell she is feeling it, and you really can't blame her. UTEP hunting for a response, and they won't find it there. Lovesey wanted to go almost parallel with the net, but
she was looking
missed it.
She was looking for a tough shot, and it can get in your head when you see that Tar Heel block right in front of you. That can mess with you a little bit, and I'm sure that's what Lovesey saw right before she was about to attack.
Yeah, cross-court swing, not a bad idea, but not quite there. Center dump from UTEP. Shutter got a touch on it, and the Tar Heels take advantage of the opportunity.
Safi Hampton again, and this UTEP block, which was second in all of the Conference USA, still yet to record a block here in this match tonight.
Serve is away from Sienna Kaza. Oh, a well-placed set from Barrett, and finished off by Hannah Crow.
Hannah Crow, we've mentioned her a few times just because of the role she's played replacing Kaya Weaver. She's now up to 4 kills on the night, and although she is a middle blocker, she hits at a very, very high percentage. Coming into the match hitting .312, and along with Danica Washington and Brazil as well, this Miner team has hit at a high mark all season, but at a .062 here tonight. Now
Pardon me, that was Kalia Kohler, the one who earned the assist.
Not up to their normal standard. A lot of that due to this Tar Heel block.
Sienna Kaza the set. Kept up momentarily by UTEP, but North Carolina increases the lead to 3.
Tar Heels starting to distance themselves a little bit here in this third set, but as we saw in the first set at least, it's the match of runs, so no one's out of the water yet, especially only up 3.
Hampton the serve, gathered by Sakia. Back row attack, tapped over the top. And it's blocked. The first block of the contest from UTEP. It came at the perfect time.
Yeah, there it is. The first block of the night for the Miners, and maybe they can build on that. But Hannah Crow and Torrance Lovesey teaming up there, and maybe get a little energy into this Miners squad as well.
You know what, the verticality is so important on the block. Good to see Lovesey able to get up despite dealing with the injury. Tar Heels again with the immediate answer.
Yeah, Lovesey, her minutes have obviously been spared as her compared to what her normal minutes are like, but it's good to see her playing parts in each of these first 3 sets so far. It's obvious that Coach Ben Wallace had a plan for her coming in.
That was Lainey Smith on the kill. 6 kills on 12 swings, no errors. Agunta Mayhem just out of bounds.
Yeah, Gunta May and some of the Miners are going to want to step up here in the back half of this match. Only 1 kill on 6 swings. That's not going to do it.
Maddie May the serve. The bump set from Sakita. Handled well by the Tar Heels. This is Bridget Malone.
A little bit of off speed there from Bridget Malone. We've mentioned the freshman a lot tonight, and she caught the Miner block a little bit off guard, was able to sneak it by him.
Back in set number 3, serve away from North Carolina. The big swing from Pustaya, handled well by North Carolina. The set off the mark, and a response from the Miners. RJ, the hit percentage for North Carolina, it's quite the sight to behold right now. In set number 1, they hit 125. Set number 2, 588. So far in set 3, 583. So the response was immediate and effective after set 1.
Yeah, and on the match so far, 319 as... Let's see if the Miners can get the service aces going once again. They had a lot of them in the first set. Really was the fuel to that run.
Ella Metter, the serve specialist, is on the floor, but that was Hannah Crow, the middle blocker, who earned herself the ace. Oh, another terrific serve. Diving play from May to keep it up. A free ball for UTEP. Oh, the swing out of bounds.
Just a little bit behind Danica Washington there. Washington's hitting, she's hitting a team high. 667 before that air, now down to 500. Didn't time up her jump as well as she may have wanted to. Is another unforced error from the Miners.
Just a tough spot for Agunta May in there. You could tell that she was trying not to have a net violation, but a really tough angle. UTEP a little bit out of sorts. Barrett the serve, the set, the kill. Danica Washington in rhythm, and there was no doubt.
A little bit of confusion on both sides of the net.
Well, or will we have a challenge now? Maybe a little bit of doubt in the mind of Mike Shaw. I wonder what they'll take a look at here. I think that might have stayed up. I'm looking at the video board. I think their challenge is, was the dig successful for North Carolina? They may have kept the point rolling.
North Carolina is
Live,
challenging. The ball
like
was
a
up
kill,
on a
but yeah,
pancake.
looking back at that replay, Vince, it seemed like the ball might have stayed in the air the entire time, which would be a very, very impressive defensive play.
You'd have to say this is a really big challenge for North Carolina. All right, here we go.
Washington does a good job to get it past that Tario block. I do think Zoe Barron keeps it up there.
Well, it's just a matter of, does it hit before Barron gets in there? I think she might have.
And you hear it a lot in football, Vince, but is there inconclusive video evidence?
Yep. Oh, you hear that in every sport, RJ.
It's football season.
No, sir, it's volleyball season right now. December, just the best time of year. So much excitement with all these teams. UTEP, the 6th seed in the tournament. And North Carolina, they were talked about as one of the last teams to get in, but of course they were ranked coming in, so you had to figure there was going to be a spot for them. You got to always assume there's going to be some nerves when you're not in the automatic qualifying spot.
Yeah, and there's so many metrics. You got obviously the rankings,
Yep.
You got RPI as well. There's a lot that goes into it, but with the 64-team field, North Carolina more than qualified for the NCAA tournament, and they've been battle-tested all year long as well. Had a stretch in the middle of the season where they played number 8 Louisville, number 7 SMU, number 4 Pitt, and number 5 Stanford. So Coach Mike Shaw said it hardened and prepared them for December in the postseason, and especially in that second set, they seemed battle-tested and ready for anything. So we'll get another look, and
Oh, gosh.
I'd be surprised if they didn't overturn this
Yeah,
one.
me too.
Now, would you replay the point? Because obviously the ball would still be in play.
I believe so.
After video review, the ball was up. North Carolina retains their challenge. We'll have a replay.
So a successful challenge from North Carolina.
And what a great dig there by Zoe Barron. She leads she's second on the team so far with 12 assists, but comes up large with that dig, and she'll start things off again with a serve.
Now 12-7 is the score. UTEP wants it back, and after a long review, Danica Washington again, the one who gets the kill.
There's been a few times, though, where she hasn't really gotten all of it. Maybe jumped a little bit too early, but with her height and length, it sometimes doesn't matter.
6 kills on 10 swings. UTEP in rhythm. Thorpe, just absolute devastation from her right arm.
Yeah, Chelsea Thorpe, when she times it up perfectly and is in rhythm, like you mentioned, Vince, there's almost nothing you can do if you're a minor defender.
Well, she hit it right at Kohler, but just nanoseconds to react. A tough ass from the back line. Bollinger the serve, and it is long. Haven't seen too many service errors in this contest. That's the 4th of the match for North Carolina. 3 for UTEP.
There were a few at the early goings of the first set, obviously settling some nerves down. But yeah, since then, it's been a pretty clean match from the service line.
Pustaya with the serve. May high in the air. Barron, Thorpe again with an error to her ledger. A rare one at that. Just her 2nd of the game.
Yeah, with how much power she brings, she's hit at a super high mark so far, but sometimes those errors will come, especially when you're going for broke.
10 errors for North Carolina, 23 for UTEP. Now Jackie Taylor just joining in on what has turned into a hit party for North Carolina. 5:33 on the set, 118 for UTEP.
Yeah, Jackie Taylor slid in there perfectly to center herself for that kill.
Sakita handles the serve. Oh, and a terrific adjustment from UTEP. Landry Brazil able to arch her back a little bit and create an effective swing.
Yeah, Brazil now up to 6 kills on the match. She's hitting a .111. She's going to be someone the minors are going to want to key on late in this match, especially with all the injuries. Her and Pustahi on the outsides.
Sakita touches the tape. Thorpe again, no surprise. Obviously Thorpe doing such a great job, but RG, you gotta say the setters are really getting in rhythm now for North Carolina.
Yeah, they are, and I feel like ever since the start of the second set, Vince, this North Carolina offense has had a game plan, and they've gone after it perfectly.
Ooh, the response of North Carolina. What an adjustment from Hannah Crow. The block was up, but angled it well.
You can kind of see, obviously, Hannah Crow, as you mentioned, did a great job avoiding that block, but with how good they've been in this match, the Tar Heels, it's got to get into these minors attackers' heads when they're going up for a kill. And it seems at times just their presence has forced errors.
A serve with a lot of velocity on it, but the Tar Heels go careening into the bench to keep the point alive. Agunta May on the swing. She's got it.
Good to see Ogunta Mayan get going. That's her 2nd kill of the match, and she's someone that hasn't been playing all too well, still in the negatives in hitting percentage on the match, but such a force when she times up her jumps well.
That was Smith. Even out of system, she continues to show just devastating efficiency. 7th kill, no errors, 13 swings.
Yeah, Tar Heels back up by 3, and with how well they're hitting in this 3rd set, almost a surprise they're only up by 3, but the minors just hanging in there tight, and anything can happen.
That's a good point, RJ. They're still in set number 3. Pustaya is blocked. We wondered how important the blocks would be to this contest, RJ, and North Carolina's has delivered.
Yeah, and that was Shutter right there. The first block for the Tar Heels here in this 3rd set comes at a big time.
Selby Hampton, a nice serve. The back set, corralled well by Kaza. North Carolina caught out a system. The swing from the middle, dancing on top of the net. Gunta Mayan blocked, but somehow we play on. Terrific adjustment from the libero, Fuka Sakita. but North Carolina ends it in style. Lauren Shutter right back to libero, and not much he could do about that. Timeout, UTEP.
Yeah, Shutter doing a little bit of everything that point. First comes up with the block to keep the point alive, and then finishes it herself. Only came into this match with 65 kills, but so much power and force at the net. So many people to defend for the Miners, it's tough.
Set number 3 here in Madison, Wisconsin. North Carolina, a terrific job after they struggled in set number 1, and their offense really has picked it up, RJ.
Yeah, they have, and that's on the season. They're hitting 247, hitting 342 on this match, and they've been in sync ever since that midway point of the first set, I'd say.
And UTEP absolutely still in this set, but they're going to need an answer now. Kind of similar to set number 1, where North Carolina was never far behind, but got an attack later on in the set. A nice run to their name. Lovesey hits off the antenna.
You mentioned Lovesey probably still testing out that ankle. Every time she jumps up, it's in her head, and set and jump wasn't timed up to perfection there at all. An error leads the Tar Heels back up by 6.
Hampton the serve. Sakita is there. Oh, that point will belong to North Carolina. I think it was ruled just a bit out of bounds.
It's a good set there from Maddie Gant to Crow, but Crow almost placed that well on that sideline, just a little bit wide.
Back to the service line for Sophie Hampton. Agunta Mayan from the middle. Terrific adjustment. RJ, I counted 3 blockers up for North Carolina, but it was no problem.
No problem for Agunta Mayan, and now that's 2 kills for her in her last 2 swings. She would be a dangerous person to get going. She's not afraid of any block that's gone against her.
And in comes Ella Metter for UTEP. And she has got it again. UTEP, so many aces in that set 1 victory. It has dried up a little bit, but the well reopening now.
Yeah, Mater now up to 3 aces on the match, and a little bit of luck. But gonna take these points any way you can get them.
And Metter will do it again. Another strong serve, the overpass. Metter subs in and does her job to perfection.
And that's just beautiful serving from Ella Metter, as she went with the off speed on that initial ace and then went straight for it with power, forcing the overpass, catching the serve receive off guard for the Tar Heels, leading to 2 easy points.
Yeah, just a great point, RJ. You know, any player can have an impact on these games, and for Metter, she knows her role. She's the server, and she comes in and she does it very well. And now a look at UTEP's talented defense, and we know the block numbers have not been strong for them so far today, RJ. Just 1 block so far. That said, we know what their block has done this season, and they're more than capable of picking it up.
Yeah, more than capable of picking it up. Yeah, only 1 block to the Tar Heels 11 so far tonight, but we're second in the conference. Coming into today, they had 249 blocks on the season. They take a lot of pride in their blocking ability as well. Obviously, when their star middle blocker, Kaya Weaver, goes out, makes it tougher at times, but Ben Wallace had nothing but great things to say about Hannah Crow, who's filled in beautifully and has played well here tonight as well. But this Tar Heel block has overshadowed them a little bit, but still time for the Miners to enforce their will at the net, and we know they are capable of doing so.
And Ben Wallace, his exact quote, he estimated that there were either 6 or 7 starting lineups for UTEP this year. Just, they've really had to roll with the punches this year. They've done a terrific job, and Ben Wallace, no surprise that he won Conference USA Coach of the Year. Obviously, he credits it to his entire staff, but you'd have to think, though, when he looks in the mirror after getting that award, you thought you did a heck of a job.
Oh, yeah, he did a heck of a job. The first of what you'd expect from the way he's built this program up, many coaching awards that he's going to receive, but yeah, it is a whole staff award, though, when you're battling all these injuries and still able to put together 20-plus win seasons. It shows that from the ground up, you have a good program, and UTEP has had a great program under Ben Wallace in his time there so far, and it'll likely continue.
Oh, I think someone may have caught the net for UTEP. That would have been a An important point, and I think that Coach Wallace is going to challenge. He's got the card out, and there you have it. The card has been raised. A little bit of suspense there, talking to the official. Probably not a bad decision either way, because we were, a little confused.
UTEP is challenging
what exactly
no
we're
net
looking at.
violation.
The replay didn't show anything clearly showing a net violation. But either way, UTEP suddenly finds themselves within striking distance if this challenge goes their way.
Yeah, and it could be a big swing. Obviously, 21-16 is what the scoreboard
After video
shows
review,
now.
call is confirmed. UTEP will lose their challenge.
Quick review, Vince.
Hey, what a job from our crew there.
Yeah, not much doubt.
Graciela Valdez, our director, queuing it up. AP Alcantara on the show control. Doing a great job despite the fact Mafe Pavanella is our producer. No, it's a wonderful crew we have here. It really has been a pleasure. North Carolina right back to work. They survived the UTEP surge, but UTEP with the answer from Pustahia.
Pustahia answers there and cuts it back to 4, keeping the Miners in this set. She's up to 9 kills now on the match. Hitting just above 0, but she's had a lot put on her with Love C's limited availability.
Kohler on the serve. The set from Kaza. The back row attack is blocked. Kaza sets it up again. Bridget Malone.
A nice initial block attempt from Pustahia and Aguntamayan. But Bridget Malone, she's kind of been the unsung hero for the Tar Heels, and she continues to deliver.
As she has all season, but the future undoubtedly bright for her, as is the present. 5 kills, 1 error on 10 swings. Terrific dose of efficiency. Oh, UTEP somehow keeps it up and tries a terrific set. And it's blocked. Agumba Mayan and Danica Washington teaming up.
There's the UTEP block, their second on the night, and they timed up a block last point that didn't end up finishing it with Aguntamayan and Pustahia, and there Aguntamayan in the mix again with Washington, that time able to finish the point off.
Kohler short serve. May is there. Oh, the set from Malone. She is just unconscious in set 3. North Carolina leads by 5 in the waning points of set 3.
Yeah, I mean, if you're UTEP, all eyes are normally going to Safi Hampton, but at this point, got to start to pay closer attention to Bridget Malone, as the Tar Heels are directing some of their offense toward her now as well with how on fire she's been.
Kohler, the terrific set, but to no avail as Landry Brazil smartly went down the line, but played with fire a little bit.
There's been a few of those in this match for the Miners, just barely missing that sideline. That one from Brazil costly. Leads to a whole bunch of set points.
North Carolina a point away from taking set 3, and they have got it. They did it with the block, as they have all match. UTEP struck first. North Carolina takes set 2 and set 3. Do the Miners have a response? Back in Madtown, here is Rachel Cohen with Ben Wallace. Rachel?
Coach, what was your message to the team out there to keep your season alive?
Oh, honestly, that was it. Like, the season's it either ends or we get to this 4th set to get a victory. They're one of the best blocking teams in the country for a reason. We got to do a better job away from our body, going high flat off their hands, and give ourselves a shot to play the 5th. But I love this team. They've been ready to do this all year, so I won't expect anything less than a grind right here and just give ourselves a shot. Let's do it. Thank you.
I never thought I'd say this before, but the man in the orange suit with the sweatshirt made a really strong point there, RJ.
yeah, he did, and it's going to be interesting here. Backs against the wall now for UTEP, potentially their final set of the season, and let's see not mainly who they direct their offense to. Is it going to be Pustahia, or are they going to lean more on Lovesey now? It hasn't been her show so far with that high ankle sprain, but when all comes down to it, are they going to lean on who's been their best player all season? Or maybe they can get a few more service aces as well, as that was a big reason why they took the first set.
Season on the line for UTEP. Kalia Kohler with the serve, and not the start that the Miners wanted.
Not at all the start they wanted. As 3 points are tough to come by, and especially starting off the set with one.
North Carolina fell behind early in set number 1, but they have been the aggressors in the starts of set 2 and 3. That theme continues as they lead 2-0. Jackie Taylor with the serve, and it's an ace! Tar Heels picking right up where they left off, RJ.
Yeah, they are, and they're trying to put the pressure on the Miners early, and a great job there. Getting it past Sakita, who couldn't come up with the dig.
A 3-0 run out the gate for the Tar Heels. UTEP with the response. It's a decisive one. Landry Brazil in system.
And a beautiful set there from Katie Kohler, and yeah, Brazil in rhythm. A lot of power on that one.
Sarah Pustahia. A nice serve, but handled well from the Tar Heels. Lauren Shutter on the way up.
Lauren Shutter, we've seen her doing work on the block today, but another kill for her. Not what she's known for, but when you're that tall and at the net at times, it can just be a little bit too easy, and she did no wrong with that one.
North Carolina hitting .354, UTEP 048. Capable of an adjustment. They need it, and in the present, they have it. Danica Washington, a smooth swing.
Very smooth swing, and she got up for that kill as well. Her 8th on the match. She's hitting .538, kind of the lone Miner hitting at a high percentage.
And Washington went to sub off, but was kept in. Libero Sakita will hand the ball to Washington, and not quite as planned for the Miners.
Yeah, and that's already 2 service errors now in this final set for the Miners. They're up to 5 on the match.
Lovesey back in for UTEP. Torrance Lovesey, maybe the best offensive player on this UTEP team, playing with a high ankle sprain. This is her with the swing. Smith with the set. Malone the swing. Oh, a back row attack, and it's blocked again. Lauren Shutter in the middle shuts down the UTEP attack.
Came up with the kill a few points ago, and back to what she does best. Her 6th kill, or her 6th block, sorry, on the night. She was 9th in the ACC in blocks in the regular season.
Kohler, the nice back set. And that one just too high to handle for Maddie May. Caught her right in the chest.
Yeah, almost a good job by Maddie May keeping it alive, but just a little bit too much on that one from Brazil.
And what a back set as well. North Carolina leading by 3. 1 set away from playing tomorrow. Ooh, a crisp high 5 for the Tar Heels. Lainey Smith gets the kill. Not a lot of mustard behind it, but really can't place that much better. Just away from the defense.
Can't place it much better at all, and name of the game is however you can get it to drop on the floor without the other team touching it, and Lainey Smith did that to perfection there.
May the serve, Gant the set. The back row attack, handled confidently by Sakita. But the point cannot continue. Tar Heels lead by 5.
Yeah, a little bit of a miscue there from Lovesey. It was a great job by Sakita to handle that attack from Safi Hampton.
Oh, Maddie May barely flipped that one over the top. But Gunta Mayen caught the block.
Gunta May, and that's going to be her 4th kill on the match, and only had 1 deep into the 3rd set, and she's really coming to her own.
RJ, I'll tell you what, Fieldhouse is filling up.
It is. I mean, not only does this city love Wisconsin volleyball, but they just love volleyball in general, and we got 2 great teams playing right now.
Another kill for North Carolina. I mean, our call time here, pull back the curtain, is 2 o'clock. I got here at 1:30, and there were already Wisconsin fans outside to get in early to watch this game.
It's amazing, and you tell people about it, they almost don't believe you at first, but you really got to see it to believe the passion that this city has for its volleyball team.
And it's cold outside too, man.
It's freezing. Single digits.
Oh, Ella Metter, the terrific serve, just what the doctor ordered. Metter really has been a saving grace for UTEP. Generated a little bit of momentum at the end of set 3, and now set 4, another ace. 8th ace of the game for UTEP.
And 4th for Metter. She's got half of them.
Ooh, went for 5, you can tell. Has had success hitting the top of the tape, but to no avail.
She's got a good system going, though. She brings the off speed every once in a while, and right when you think the off speed's coming again, she'll hit you with that fastball. Couldn't get that one over the net, though.
Goomba May in a really big swing, but May somehow lets the point continue, and Malone does the rest.
Yeah, Gunta Mayen brought the boom on her attack, and a great job from Maddie May to save it. And a nice set from Hampton and Malone, as she's done time and time again tonight, finishing the deal.
Gant, a terrific set. Pustaya had a ton of room to work with, and it showed.
Nice play there from the Miners, and Pustahia, now the first player in this match in the double-digit kill department.
Malone over the top, the pancake dig from Gant. There was some confusion from the setter position. Gant emerges, Pustahia. Now Malone. Free ball for the Tar Heels. Thorpe was caught out of system. And UTEP, as they have done all year, has responded. Set number 4, down to 2.
Yeah, these teams are battling out here. A lot of intensity on both sides. And that ball was bouncing around and eventually found the floor. Chelsea Thorpe, a little bit of miscommunication on the offensive end for the Tar Heels. But earlier in the point, a great job from Maddie Gant with that pancake dig to keep the ball alive for the Miners and eventually lead to that point.
Nikita the strong serve, but Thorpe served up well. Gant the set, Pustahia the tap. Now Malone again. This time it's Thorpe. And that will hit the hardwood. Or I believe they're going to call it net violation, RJ.
You get a replay here.
Either way, it will be a point for the Tar Heels. They lead 11-8.
A little bit of miscommunication gets settled out.
Bollinger the serve. Oh, the overpass and the easy kill.
It's about the easiest kill Jackie Taylor's going to get there, as Maynard didn't do the best job on the serve receive in the overpass kill.
Now a service error to the Tar Heels ledger.
And Bollinger sending that one to the net. Brings UTEP right back to within 3. Right within striking distance. With Katie Kohler going to the service line.
Kohler, 20 assists on the day. Catches a bit of the tape. This is Thorpe. She's blocked. Danica Washington, her fingerprints all over this team's success.
And a solo block there from Danica Washington. 4th in the Conference USA in blocks on the season with 104, leads the team, and showed her talent right there, getting up for that block. And she's been a spark to this offense at times in this match, keeping the Miners in it, hitting a team high 538 as well.
Back to work for North Carolina. Block recycled. Thorpe. Hit hard, placed well, point Tar Heels.
UTEP block, though, is starting to find their timing a little bit. Could be too little too late, but starting to extend these points off these Tar Heel attacks.
North Carolina hitting 250 now in the set. UTEP 214. They've been playing around the margins. And that number will rise. You can tell that Danica Washington feeling some swagger.
As she should, as she should. She's been playing a fantastic match, and we knew she was going to have to play a big role along with Pustahia, and they're both doing their best to will this Miners team, as they've done all season, finding different ways to win.
Pustahia will move to the other side of the floor. Hey, show out the Miners cheer team making the trip.
Very
and
impressive.
an ace, yeah, maybe the cheerleaders' impact, a little bit of inspiration, probably move them over there, I bet. That's why I'm not a coach.
They traveled. They got at least they got
nice
6
shot.
over there.
Just so much support around this Miners program.
Fun to
Gonna
see
need every drop to fight back.
Fun to see the team spirit.
Sakita keeps the point alive. And a sneaky maneuver by Danica Washington, but that will backfire.
Great dig, though, from Sakita to
Yes.
keep that alive. One of the tougher plays there, one-on-one with Safi Hampton, and did well to put that back in play.
Sakita with 11 digs. That leads the team. 5 more than second place Ella Metter. There's Lovesey. She's blocked, but she gets the kill.
She's had a little bit of excitement about each of her kills so far. We know what she's battling through, and she's giving every ounce of energy to this squad.
And RJ, this feels like her moment. We know what she's battling through as she just touched her left leg and a bit of a tap Langy Brazil on the back. UTEP went down early in this set. They have got it down to 1. Oh, and another strong block. Lainey Smith, a little stuck in the air, you could say.
And here come the Miners, just like that, tied up at 14. It seemed like early on in this 4th set, Vince, the Tar Heels were pulling away, but this UTEP squad sticking around, and now serving for the lead is Massey's going to send it long.
Yeah, Alexis Massey, you said it. This has been an engaging and fun battle. We have so many more games ahead of us. Got to enjoy the present. 1-point game in set 4 here on ESPN+. A lot of nerves here at the Fieldhouse in Madison, Wisconsin. Talk a little bit about that pressure. Here's Rachel Cohen.
Yeah, I was talking with both coaches ahead of today's match, and something they emphasized that they both need to do is win is playing by like themselves. UNC head coach Mike Shaw said they need to play connected, while UTEP head coach Ben Wallace says they need to be better at stressful moments and play competitively, and that's exactly what they're doing now, guys.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Yeah, I mean, just watching the selection show just as a neutral party as a service ace for North Carolina, just seeing how nervous these teams are going in, it just rubs off on you a little bit. I can only imagine how these players are feeling right now, particularly UTEP with this season, this journey now on the line.
Yeah, and maybe a little bit of nerves on that serve receive there as they couldn't handle Safi Hampton. Sakita does well there, though.
Sakita there to keep the point alive. Oh, a big-time block, but Sakita somehow keeps it going. Sakita has been everywhere. Can the UTEP offense pay her off? You bet. Fuka Sakita leaving it all out on the court. Unreal.
mentioned it, Sakita there. They kept trying to feed Lovesey on the one side, and eventually saw that Tar Heel block was getting up there time and time again, so fed it over to Brazil, and she did the rest, and back to a 1-point game, or 1-point set.
North Carolina, confidence of Bridget, send it over. Sakita again. Agumba man off the block, out of bounds, and we are tied.
The set to Bridget Malone was a little bit behind her. Agunta Mayan has really come on this past set and a half, and going to force a quick timeout from Mike Shaw.
Yeah, Mike Shaw, he said he called the timeout, and it was so fun talking with these two coaches because they were both entirely unprompted, so complimentary of each other. You know how much respect there is between these teams. I mean, Ben Wallace was singing Mike Shaw's praises and vice versa. It's just, we know we love the rivalries in sports, and obviously these coaches, they definitely want to win, but it's good to see the mutual understanding between the teams of how difficult this journey is and how lucky they are to be in their spots as head coaches.
Yeah, and one thing Mike Shaw mentioned, talking about Ben Wallace and kind of UTEP's team as a whole, is just the respect he had of how they've navigated their injuries and still gotten to this point, a seeded team in the NCAA tournament. And even with Kaya Weaver going out, their All-American middle blocker, just still how Hannah Crow stepped in and everybody else in between, just playing their role, not trying to be anything more than what they are, but just all coming together and playing as one unit.
You got to think right now, though, yes, there's so much respect, and obviously the coach that loses will, be disappointed, but still feel great about the season and congratulate the other coach. But just that competitive urge, you got to think it's within them. Coach Malone telling us about how he has taught competitiveness with his team. You just have them play a bunch of games against each other, chess, checkers, you name it. Because you want to get players who compete, and yes, you want to enjoy the ride, but to have a long ride, you got to play well.
Yeah, and expect here, especially now at 16 late in this fourth set, expect a lot of Safi Hampton for the Tar Heels, and we've seen a lot more Lovesey in this fourth set. Expect her to keep getting her attempts as well.
Lovesey with 3 kills, but 6 errors playing on that sprained ankle. An immediate service error. Well, Rachel talked about the nerves. That's the 8th service error of the day for UTEP.
Yeah, to only 5 for the Tar Heels, and those points can come down to bite you at the end of the game when it's all said and done, and especially in a match like this.
Gant to Agumba Mayan. Tough angle, but North Carolina gets out of it. Now from the near side, and we are tied again. Torrance Lovesey.
They've really started to lean on their star a little bit more here. She's going to sub out the serving specialist, Ella Metter.
And Metter has been just must-see TV so far today. Just so many great stars on both these teams. It's a shame we can't watch both of them play tomorrow. But the fact only one moves on is what makes it so exciting. Ella Metter the serve. Agumba Mayan keeps it going, but Sakita has to give it back to the Tar Heels. Agumba Mayan caught the antenna, and the Tar Heels take the lead.
Good job scrambling, though, for the Miners, keeping the ball in play and extending that point, but eventually just the pressure the Tar Heels were putting on was too much, and the net violation there from Agunta Mayan.
Tar Heels 174 in this set, 292 for UTEP. The script has been flipped, but a block for the Tar Heels. UTEP has tied it. Can they find a way to take a lead? Another timeout for the Miners.
And that's Jackie Taylor. She's now up to 8 blocks on the match. She was first on the team in blocks, 4th in the ACC with 152 coming in. She had a season-high 12 blocks in their last match of the season against Miami. And she's 4 away from that number right now. Maybe if this gets extended into a fifth, she can threaten that season high. But right now she's just focused on this match, and she's really been a force.
And on the side of North Carolina, we know that they're accustomed to big games. When you're playing the ACC, you know it's going to be a gauntlet. But something you alluded to before, RJ, was this stretch that they had at the end of October. Number 8 Louisville, number 7 SMU, number 4 Pitt, number 5 Stanford. It was just so funny talking with Coach Mike Shaw about that. We asked about, he's like, yeah, I don't know if someone got mad at me or something. They put this schedule together. But that gauntlet right there, as difficult as it was, I think that might be valuable for North Carolina in terms of preparing them for this environment, because that run right there is more difficult than a run to the NCAA championship, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you look at how they did it. Obviously, they went 1-3 in those 4 games, but took a set off of Louisville, beat SMU in 5, their best win of the season, lost to Pitt in 5, Pitt, one of the best teams in the country, and then lost to Stanford as well. But they've shown, not only in that stretch, but all season long, that they can play with the best of them.
And now a look at some of the scores coming in. Interesting, Colorado with the clean sweep. Oh, Georgia Tech, UCLA. Georgia Tech played in this building last year, RJ, and gave the Badgers a run for their money in the second round. Just so many exciting finales coming in. And it seems like we're primed for another one. Agumba Mayan cuts the deficit down to 1.
He had a nice play off the timeout. Agumba Mayan's been hot. Why not feed the hot hand? She keeps things going.
Malone from the near side. Sakita, the confident bump. That's Hampton by her bench. A free ball for UTEP. Agumba Mayan got it. The race to 20 will be a close one.
Agumba Mayan once again, mentioned it last point, she has been the hot hand, and the 2 points out of the timeout have both gone her way, and she's done no wrong with either.
Sakita the serve. May receives. Thorpe the swing. North Carolina the first to 20.
Can only imagine the nerves of these players on the floor. What's at stake here in this match? I'm even a little nervous up here just watching it, Vince. You got me on my toes.
Shout out to the floor crew. Agumba Mayan barreling in, and you could see, that replay would have gone a little bit longer. You could have seen the floor crew doing their best to get out of the way. North Carolina 5 points away from playing in the next round. Thorpe the swing, off the block, out of bounds. And the Tar Heels now 4 points away.
Pushtahi and Washington, they got up on that block, challenged Chelsea Thorpe well, but just went a little wide. Now, the Tar Heels back up by 2.
The UTEP Miners have responded well throughout this entire season and this game. Do they have one more push in them? Barrett the set. Fukita keeps it up. Thorpe reloads the tapper over the top, dancing on the net. Now the swing from the middle. Jackie Taylor. Absolute detonation.
A beautiful job as well by the Tar Heels staying in that point with all the little taps that were going on around the net. Zoe Barron reset, put it up beautifully for Jackie Taylor, and she's done a lot of work on the block tonight, but she's had some timely kills as well.
And this North Carolina team, they've got a lot of young players out there, but they really have played with a veteran's mindset. In set number 1, it was the Tar Heels in the rearview mirror, but ever since then, they have responded and played terrific. 25-11 set 2, 25-18 in set 3, and now leading by 3. We've alluded to the many pieces of adversity that UTEP has faced this season between the injuries, the scheduling, everything across the board has led up to this moment. It's been an incredible season for them, but do they have a few extra ounces of pixie dust?
Yeah, and it's been a total team effort as well from the Tar Heels. They're led by Chelsea Thorpe with a match high 12 kills, but they have 5 players as well with at least 7, and just put so much pressure on the UTEP defenders when you don't really know who's getting the ball in certain parts of the match, and the Tar Heels have done a great job mixing it up. So they're now just 3 points away.
How do you get
the round is 32, and it's
a light blue? I think I saw some yellow underneath there. I think there was some spray paint involved.
It's got to be a spray paint deal, unless. Can you customize cheeseheads?
That's got to be a Zoe Barrett relative or fan. Of course, Zoe Barrett, number 1 for North Carolina, the setter from Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin. This arena continues to fill Those who have arrived for the next match have gotten to watch the tail end of a beauty. Oh, and a miscommunication from the Tar Heels. UTEP a badly needed point.
Badly needed indeed, and you see here, Thorpe and Taylor got up for the block, but Pustahia just fits it through for team high 11th kill. Katie Kohler now with some big serves.
We've alluded to the nerves. There's got to be a few of them. Strong serve from Kohler. Thorpe is blocked, but she'll get another try. Ooh, the tough set. Somehow we play on. The big swing and the bigger block. Thorpe is fired up.
Tar Heels leaning on their best asset, and that is the block, and they just barely missed on the prior point. But that time, Thorpe and Taylor do no wrong and get the Tar Heels' 14th block of the match.
Chelsea Thorpe, have yourself a game. UTEP caught out his system with a few extra touches. Will give the Miners another chance. Kohler, Pustahia, not quite there. But then a set attempt goes awry. And UTEP has got the lead down to 2.
Just a little bit of miscommunication there from Barron and Shutter. Shutter and Hampton did a good job on the block, keeping that ball alive and giving themselves an opportunity. They couldn't finish off the deal.
Pustahia the serve, it's a good one. Kohler sets it up, the swing from the middle. How did May keep it going? Kohler another set. UTEP with a chance to cut it to 1, and they do exactly that.
Net violation. I wonder if
Oh, wow.
there's going to be a challenge coming. Ben Wallace in discussions with the ref right now. And
Yeah, you may as well.
can't take him with you.
Oh, what a game changer to this set and this season. The net violation, it was almost down to 1, but now
UTEP
the
is
lead up to
challenging
3.
no net violation.
I have to get a better look at it on the replay. Obviously, it says 24-21 on the scoreboard right now, but if this gets flipped, it'll be 23-22.
All right, here we go. Oh, yes.
Yep. Just grazed the net.
Yeah, that was pretty clear, I guess. Might as well use the challenge. It can be your timeout, but this will undoubtedly be confirmed.
After video review, call is confirmed. UTEP will lose their challenge. Point UNC.
And here we go. North Carolina lost set 1. But they have responded and played their best since then. Sienna Caza with the serve. And here we go. The Tar Heels are moving on. They will play tomorrow. A hard-fought yet decisive victory over UTEP. What a win for the Tar Heels.
Great win for the Tar Heels. Not the way you'd want to see that a match of this quality end, but a good fight from both teams, and it just was the depth from the Tar Heels and the block that kind of put them over the edge and moves them on to the round of 32 as they will play the winner of our next match, Wisconsin and Eastern Illinois, tomorrow.